Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I have a kind of get ready with me new makeup review in today's video. I purchased some new makeup items and I wanted to share them with you. One is the foundation that I've been talking about that I tried and I loved. I really like the Bite Beauty, but this one like blew me away. It's the Urban Decay Stay Naked, the new Stay Naked Weightless formula. Amazing. I got the shade 20NN, and I really think it's a great match. It is more of a matte formula, which I love because my skin is a little more combination. Amazing coverage, lasts all day, like all day. I mean, when I first put this on, I didn't know what to expect. But by the end of the day, I looked back in the mirror and I was like, whoa, it looked exactly the same as when I had first put it on in the morning. Gives about medium coverage, but as the name says, it is weightless. I think that's what it's called, like Stay Naked Weightless. I don't know. Anyway, it is weightless. It gives really great coverage. It's a little more a liquid formula. Let me see if you can see it here. There we go. Whereas the Bite Beauty was a little more of like a whipped texture. This is a little more liquid, really easy to sheer out. And, it's not going to build up to full coverage, but it is going to give you enough coverage. I find that it definitely gives me enough coverage where I need it. It is more of a matte finish. Did I say that already? I don't know. Whenever I'm applying foundation, I'm doing foundation demo reviews, I have no idea what I'm saying. I'll go back and watch the video and I'm like, oh, it's clearly just like rambling because it's hard to put your makeup on and talk at the same time and not keep repeating yourself. Anyway, so it's a matte formulation, but it is not a very drying matte. It's not super velvety, but it is not, I don't know. It's just a nice natural matte. Doesn't pull on any dry patches. And yeah, I absolutely love it. It looks really pale right here, but it actually is a really good match for me. Even in the summer, it works really well with when I do a self-tanner. I can just add like a little bit of bronzer on top, and I absolutely love it. It looks a little shiny on my forehead. That's because I just applied it with a damp beauty blender, but it does settle down to a nice matte finish. Absolutely beautiful. So like I said, weightless, doesn't feel like anything on your skin. It literally feels like you're wearing nothing. And that's what I love about it. And super long wearing, and that's that. Any other questions, leave me a comment below that you want to know about it. The shade 20NN is perfect for me. All right, moving on to another new product that I tried that I love, the Pat McGrath Concealer. Guys, I did not think I was going to love this, but I really did. I got the shade L4. It's not super bright, but it's enough. Like, I don't get like super light shade, but it's enough to, brighten under the eyes. And really good coverage. You do need just a small amount. Like, I started with trying this. As you can see, it really, I just swiped a little bit there and it really spreads nicely. So just a small amount. It gives pretty decent coverage. It's not full coverage, but it gives pretty decent coverage, I would say, like medium coverage, and lasts all day, no creasing. I really love this shade. It just it's a little peachy, so it actually color corrects underneath my eyes, which I like, or just adds like a little bit of warmth under there. And I don't know, it just takes away any dark circles. Compared to the Hourglass, which I recently have used and loved, gosh, it is very similar. I find that the Hourglass is a little bit more creamy. Let me see if I can. Hourglass is a little more creamy. This is nice. And a little, I don't know. This does dry down nicely, but you have enough time to work with it. Doesn't crease. I've used it other parts of my face and it works perfectly. I mean, it's a good cover for other parts of the face rather than just for the under the eyes. And I don't have to set it. I don't know. I think it's a beautiful, beautiful formula. I know there's been some like mixed reviews on it, but you're getting a thumbs up review from me about it. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. So if you're thinking about trying it, and I was really expecting it to be a little bit, I don't know, like more liquidy, thinner, because her foundation is a little more liquidy, but definitely creamy and covers everything you need it to cover. And I like the Hourglass shade a little bit more because it's a little bit lighter, but L4 is like it's a good color for me. But like I said, compared to the Hourglass, I don't know, I like them both. They're very, very similar. So it's so hard sometimes to compare certain products that are so similar. And you're like, I mean, the differences sometimes are so slight with, you know, besides just maybe like shade range or that sort of thing, but they perform so similarly. And like I said, the Pat McGrath feels a little bit thicker, a little bit, but not too much. And all right, let me do my brows first. And then we're going to move on to eyes. I have a new eyeshadow palette to share with you, which I've been loving. And we'll get around to doing that as soon as I do my brows with my Hourglass brow pencil. Also, what I was going to say about the foundation, it's great for all skin types, which for a matte formulation, I was really impressed by. Like I said, it doesn't pull in any dry patches. It's not a very drying matte. So I think if you have dry skin, you actually would like it because it gives just a beautiful finish, wears so comfortably. I think if you have oily skin, you'll love it as well. Going into the warmer months, I think this is going to be a fantastic foundation to use all throughout summer. I think it would actually be good all year round, but because it's so long wearing, I think it's going to be beautiful in the warmer months. Okay, the palette I'm using is the Too Faced Born This Way palette. Give you guys a close up. So it's got a little bit of shimmer, a little matte. There's some really great like liner shades, crease shades, lid color. The look that I did in my past video, the spring shoe haul, that was with an all matte. So I basically did like this color on the lid and then let me see, hold on. And then these two, this one and this one in the crease. So I kept it all matte. So I thought I'd do maybe a shimmer look today on the lid. So I'm going to use, the shimmer colors are a little chunky, a little bit, but not crazy. I'm going to mix Shimmering Pearl and those two. Yeah. Actually, I haven't tried the lighter one right here. I haven't tried that. Let me just throw that on. I like the look of the other one, so I'll just start with that as a base. But there's a lot of really great looks with this palette because it has the shimmer and the matte, and it has light shades, dark shades. There's just a lot of versatility in this. Like I said, I created that all matte eye, which I loved. It was just sometimes I love an all matte eye, like no shimmer anywhere. Just, I don't know, it looks very refined, chic. It's just very different. Because most, eye looks have a little bit of shimmer in them, but I'm just patting the color. There's not too much fallout. It really is, if you pack it on, you have to push the color into the lid rather than swiping to prevent any type of fallout. Yeah, I don't see much. And then I'm going to mix those two like crease colors that I shared, like this one and this one, those two lighter crease colors. That bone shade though is a gorgeous under the brow color. I love a matte highlight under the brow, and a lot of people like a shimmer. I sometimes think it's a little too aggressive, and just for me, I just like a little more subtle. So I love that bone shade under the brow bone for a highlight. colors blend beautifully. I mean, I've said before, do not sleep on Too Faced. It always seems like Too Faced is like a young brand, but I mean, long ago I put that idea to rest because I tried some of their foundations, some of their eyeshadows, and I was like, oh, okay, this is not a young brand. The formulas, the payoff, just the quality is beautiful. So do not discount Too Faced as like a teeny bopper brand. I mean, the packaging could be a little, you know, cutesy, but I just went back and forth in the crease. And this is there's a lot of warmth to this palette. So if you do like a more cool tone palette or you wear more cool shades, this is not the palette for you because it is much warmer. And I'm going to take that bone shade and I'm just putting it underneath the brow here and a little bit, just taking down that crease a little bit just to kind of blend it out a bit. And, but yeah, this is not a cool toned palette. Also great liner shades. You can kind of wet that color, make it a good liner, make some smoky eyes out of this. There's like nothing you can't do with this palette. Now I'm going to add some mascara. I'm going to do the Marc Jacobs Lash Primer and the Lancome Monsieur Big. And I'm going to add that. No liner today. I don't really typically wear too much liner, but I'm not going to do any liner on the eyes. So I'll do the mascara and we'll come back and move on to cheeks. Okay, eyelashes are done. I am going to add a little bit of my Sicily Blur Expert powder and I'm going to add it all over. Just a little bit of warmth everywhere. Just warms up the complexion. For me, it warms up. Some people said it oxidized on them. That's surprising because it hasn't oxidized on me, but just good to know. Other feedback besides myself. And I'm just going to go a little bit stronger. Hold on. I'm trying to find a brush here. A little bit stronger on the cheeks just to, I don't know, add a little bit of a contour and a little bit of definition on the cheeks. It's definitely a lot lighter. Now for some people, this can work as like a pressed powder or because it's, you know, it's only in one shade, but it is very blurring, I will say. It is amazing at the way it like blurs imperfections on the skin. It's quite amazing. Then highlighter, Laura Mercier Matte Radiance highlight. Just add a little bit. It's just it's quite subtle. Marc Jacobs blush. Really love this one. This is in Kinks and Kisses. Then I have a new lip color. I've shared it a little bit on my Insta stories. It's a gloss. I'll show it alone and then I'll kind of layer it over something. It's so hard, like this tiny little mirror. I'm like, I need to look over here and this big mirror. See, is everything balanced? Kind of. Okay. Then I picked up the Dior Addict Gloss in Dior So Light. I wanted the J'adore 640, but it was back ordered, so that's coming who knows when. And the formula is really, it's creamy and thick. It's not too like thin and watery. It's very creamy and thick. Has a really good texture. Very creamy, like a balm. I mean, sticky because it is wet texture, but not tacky. Not at all. Gorgeous nude. Just really, I don't know, it just takes out some of the red in a lip, kind of a milky nude, but I've been just wearing it alone with a very kind of no makeup look. But with this look, I want something a little bit more, so I'll add my Laura Mercier lipstick in, what's it called? I gotta think. Let me look. I think it's Beige in Time. Yeah, Beige in Time. It's really beautiful. And the two mixed together are just enough. Beige in Time is a little bit, it's a stronger nude. Sometimes it's like too strong for the looks that I like. So mixed with the Dior gloss, it's like perfect. And that's it. The look is finished. The Too Faced palette, guys, I think this would be gorgeous for the summer because it is a little warm, a little bronzy, but has the matte and the shimmer. This is going to be, I have a feeling this is going to be my best of beauty. That is how much I love this foundation. It just instantly, like I said, it's weightless. It's a nice matte formula. The shade range is fantastic. It covers what I need it to cover, lasts all day, doesn't pull apart. I mean, just so impressed. And then the Dior gloss. If you haven't tried any of these, I really think they're beautiful. And that's it. I will link everything that I talked about down below. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave me a comment, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care. Bye-bye.